What's up, y'all? My name is Andre Hopkins, also known as Entre Interview, and today I'm joined here by G2 Babybay. How are you doing?
Doing great, bro. Feels good to be back in LA.
Okay, let's just get right into it then. So, first of all, everyone knows about how the team was just sick. I mean, just did the team do anything in Europe after Masters London, as you guys talked about?
Um, After Masters London, we some of the guys stayed back, finished the tournament, like watched it, there, with their girlfriends and stuff like that. And then we had a little bit of a boot camp in Berlin, which was really nice because we kind of changed our identity a bit. Like we were all in on the Vi stuff for Masters London. Didn't really get a chance to really showcase much of it, which sucks. It's unfortunate because I feel like we did really well in Americas with it. Just didn't really get to show it because we didn't make that deep of a run at all, right? We went 0-2 barbecue in the playoffs. But, you know, we wanted to change the identity, go back to that double duelist on like most of the maps, it feels like. It's just the meta. And sometimes you can't fight against it. As much as you want to try to counter it, sometimes things are just so strong that when you see a lot of these other teams having success on it, and we already had success on it as well in Santiago, it's like, all right, maybe we should just go back.
Mhm.
So it kind of sucks because it felt like we're kind of playing catch up a bit, but I think that, we're all on the same page now going into, stage two, and we're kind of back with our old identity that netted us a bunch of success, so it's gonna be good.
Going into Masters London, I mean, did the team expect to still see Neon kind of so prevalently? Like, not everybody is playing her, but like some of the teams who made it the first were still. Was that an expected outcome?
It's really interesting going into Masters London because I think a lot of teams at first were just basically saying that like Neon was dead as soon as like the changes happened. Oh, it's done. We still knew personally, like we were still running Neon on a bunch of maps, so we still knew that Neon was going to be good. But there were teams that were just for sure, yeah, this character is dead now. And then, you fast forward and you realize nothing's really changed. It's the same thing. Like, it's been the same meta for three tournaments now with this neon stuff. So it's like if you're fighting against it, you're kind of fighting an uphill battle. It feels like you might as well you know, just succumb to the dark side and, you just run it yourself.
Because we all love seeing Neon for three tournaments in a row. I love seeing. It's just been
Yep.
Neon and whatever other duelists. I guess a little bit at Santiago you saw Waylay Yoru, but yeah, it's been. Do you think these kind of senti buffs that are coming into the game will affect her pick rates at all with like the Killjoy buffs and just the kind of miscellaneous buffs?
Nah, not at all. I think Neon's just still, it's just a character that is a jack of all trades. And it's like just pick which part of the kit that you think is broken because I mean the character has a stun, a slide, mobility to rotate around. The ult refreshes your mobility to get around, and it's also very strong if you like hit the headshots with it. And I think the most overpowered piece of Neon in general is that wall. The wall is so good. It's just so dynamic. You can use it in any scenario. You can use it for opens. You can use it, to retake. You could use it for post plants to delay. Like if you don't have smokes, you could use it for scaling into sites. It's just the wall is so strong, man, and it's just so hard to want to make a decision when you're up against the wall of, okay, am I going to peek into it? And there's potentially like three guys holding me. It's like it makes you have to make a decision no matter what when that wall is up. And it feels like if you hesitate on any of those decisions, you get punished for it. So, yeah, the character is just insane.
Yeah, it's just been arms going off. It's just been one of
Yeah.
those things that it's just crazy watching and being like, this is the worst Neon has been in a while. And she's just seeing how strong the character still is. It's just kind of one of those things that's
Yeah.
outrageous.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Riot was actually trying to make Neon just be like out of the meta completely, if that was their goal. But yeah, the character's just been dominating this year. And, it's Santiago, Dambi wins it. You go to London, you have like them win it, and then especially with the Phoenix compare like matching with it, Sato's
Hmm.
Phoenix was probably one of the best in the world, you know. It's just a deadly combo, man. The fact that you're able to just like pick and choose where you want to flash through that wall is like the insane part. And then the trap ability, like those two agents in combo are just very strong. And then obviously in Santiago, it was the Yoru instead of the Phoenix, which also had like the two flashes. So very similar play style. So it's been now two Masters tournaments and also EWC. We're a team that has ran solely Neon plus like a flashing duelist has one.
Yeah, it's just been crazy. It's just been so long. It feels like this character's been so
Yeah, I don't
strong.
know if it's a bad thing, like it's I'm not gonna sit here and like think that it's like too bad. I honestly, if we probably would have kept up with our Santiago comps and like the way that we were playing, we probably would be running the same stuff. But like we just
Mhm.
wanted to try something different and try to, counter it if we could. And then we
Mhm.
just found out, it's just like, dude, it's counterable, but man, it is hard to deal with. Like even if you think you found a counter, it's just the characters in tandem are just so strong. Like and I feel like the ease of execution is a lot easier than having to like do all this all this like stuff to counter it. So yeah.
Yeah, just like you said, jack of all trades. It's just kind of crazy. I mean, kind of going off the recent tournament, we've kind of seen the team experimenting with you on Duelist, kind of playing some
Yeah.
more Jet, some more Neon. What's the reason behind that kind of compositional decision?
Yeah, so it was basically us going back to the drawing board after London and being like, you know, it sucks that we didn't get to showcase this stuff that we were working on a lot, with the Vise comps. And we basically were like, all right, so we have a decision now. We either stick with it, we continue forward, or we can use this time now to go back to like how we were playing with the team dynamics in Santiago, where it was mainly me and Jogamo on the duelist as like the duo pair. And I think that basically our decision was, okay, let's go back to that because now we have similar dynamics between our duelists. We have me and Jagamo who are like kind of default aggressive, I would say. We're not afraid to take fights and go together. Not that Leaf wasn't. It's just now we have Leaf back on his like lurking role
Hmm.
on some of these maps where me and Jagamo are double duelists. Because I mean, Leaf has still been playing Viper a bunch, like even with the Vice comps. So like he was still doing that anyway. But like now on the double duelist maps, instead of him being on, the Phoenix or whatever it may be, now he can be on like the solo sentinel.
Hmm.
It's not a lot of maps, it's like a couple maps, but it makes a difference, just trying to keep the roles a little bit similar. um it kind of sucks for me because I feel like I've just been jumping around agent to agent, and I've honestly, I feel like I've done a pretty good job of learning these new agents. Like I learned Vise and played it at probably a top level in the world. Honestly, I think I was one of the best Vises in the world, just straight up. I think the stats are there to prove it as well. I think I was like top 10 in Vise, like out of everyone
Hmm.
that has been playing it internationally as well. So, got mastery on that. But it is good now that I basically have proven to everyone that I can continuously learn new stuff. Being back on the duelist role, yeah, you saw me on, man, I played 5 agents at EWC. I played Vise, Chamber, Neon, Jet, and Waylay. So I clearly didn't have a lot of time. Like we only had like 5, maybe 7 days total with the new team identity of me being like main duelist on some of these maps. But I think we showed a lot of promise. So that's good. Like I'm confident in my abilities. I'm confident that I'll get to a better level throughout this stage and honestly make a real long run at champs. I'm really confident that we can do this with this dynamic that we had because we already got fourth doing it before in our first tournament. So it's kind of like a breath of fresh air, and I think we're all like really motivated and excited to do our best this stage.
And that was kind of my next kind of question. Just how does the team look to bounce back the unfortunate exit at Masters London, rebound at Champs?
Yeah, I mean, listen, like I don't believe in curses and stuff, and like I know it's like this whole narrative of like G2 has made all these events and like when are they gonna win one and everything like that, but it's just really hard to win these events in general, dude. It's like everyone is the top of their region and you're competing
Hmm.
against the best in the world. It's a lot different than playing domestically where, teams are constantly trying to change stuff up and trying to just even get in playoffs in the first place, right? So when you're playing against this international competition and for so long as these guys have, I feel like it's the real curse is being at so many events and having to deal with that narrative. Whereas like a fresh team that like just goes into an event, they have low expectations from like for themselves and from the outside,
Hmm.
and it's a lot easier to just play your own game. So it's kind of like it's the real curse is the knowledge of knowing that you've gone to this many events. And unfortunately, we're in a game where the outside view of attending these events is that you making all these events and having, pretty consistent showings across the board doesn't mean anything unless you have won them. When in reality, if people actually knew how hard it was to even make these events in the first place, I mean, Allah, you have teams that haven't made a single event and they've been in the partnerships for I don't know how long it's been, 4 years.
Previous
You
years,
know,
yeah.
if you understand how hard it is to actually make the event, the fact that G2, like obviously PRX as well, have made so many Fnatic as well in the past, have made all these events consistently. Like you just understand that this is just like that is a crazy bar in itself.
I mean, yeah, you
But
said, oh yeah,
people only care if you win, like the
yeah,
entire thing. So
yeah. That's usually how it goes. Unfortunately, yeah, like you said,
yeah,
even a team like Fnatic this year has been struggling to even qualify. I mean, they have missed both events.
that's what
Like
I'm
you said,
saying, dude. Like everyone's getting better, and it's not easy, bro.
yeah, you just kind of then that's kind of what makes the difficulty of a game like this is that you always have to keep adapting. You can't stay stagnant, or
Yeah.
somebody will catch up and take your spot. And then having to always adapt, you have to always be trying to get better. It just makes it super difficult. Yeah.
hmm
So, how do you feel going into your upcoming game against 100 Thieves?
I'm excited to play 100 Thieves. They just won EWC, so they're riding a high. It'll be fun to play against them and like get more reps on the duelist. I think we've always played them pretty well. I think in the normal stage games, like the games are pretty close against them. It's usually playoffs or we tend to separate ourselves from them for some reason. But I'm expecting a bloodbath for sure because, this team has just won EWC. But in reality, like you need to win these games here for stage two to make a run to even make champs in the first place.
Mhm.
So every point matters. And yeah, they're going to be full momentum, I'm assuming, but there is jet lag. So we'll see we'll see who gets over the jet lag faster, because um we still had some of our guys in Paris as well that just got back too. So it's not like we're all full 100%. So it's the battle of jet lag versus jet lag. Let's see who let's see who wins that, dude, because that'll be a fun game and I'm sure you're going to see some silly stuff, like silly decisions made from both sides where it's just like what are they doing? Because like, yo, I'm telling you this jet lag stuff is a real big deal. We were in Europe for like a month, man. Like our schedules are fully adjusted to being in Europe, and now we're back in NA. So you're gonna see some goofy stuff from both sides. I'm excited for the game,
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna be watching and just see someone's gonna fall asleep on stage. It's gonna be
bro.
terrible.
This is gonna be one of those games where like you watch the VOD over and you're like, what the hell are we doing? Like from both sides. Like I can't believe this happened. There's gonna be drawn out fights. Probably it's gonna be a fiesta. It's gonna be fun, bro.
Well, I was already excited, but now I'm 10 times more excited to watch. Honestly.
Dude, I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good, bro. Yeah.
And then lastly, do you have any words for the G2 fans?
Yeah, of course. Yo, G2 fans, thank you guys for supporting us. We've been pretty consistently making all these events, and this stage, we're going in, we're giving it all we got. This is the final stretch, the end of the year, and we're gonna make champs, and we're gonna do our absolute best, and no excuses. We're gonna do our absolute best and be in the best form as possible. Thank you guys for supporting us.
Glad to see that. You guys better not be getting sick again. No more getting sick at champs. All right.
Oh hell no, bro.
I'll be watching you guys. All
So
right.
unlucky, bro. It's just so unlucky, dude.
I was
Unbelievable.
talking to a friend. Like we just got to put them in hamster balls, the giant, hamster balls until the event
Dude,
starts.
the crazy thing is like we usually don't do anything. And the one event where like, okay, we're first seed, we have a little time, like let's go explore. Just a tiny bit. We saw Big Ben, that was it. We get sick. I mean, it's just you just can't make it up, bro. It's not even like it was one. If it's one guy, you could still win games. But if it's
Yeah.
three guys, like I was sick, but I was kind of getting over it, so I was all right. Like I felt fine, honestly, playing. But like before Leaf got sick after me, and then Valen got sick like literally a day before the XLG game. And I'm talking about like antibiotics. Like I'm not talking about like, oh, like we had like a
Mhm.
cold and we're taking like I had like a cold. I just took like Sudafed. I was good. But Leaf and Valen were on antibiotics, like fucking pounding like amoxicillin like 4 times a day. Like this dude was just it's just unbelievable, bro. It's just very weird.
This
Very weird
the
and
story
unfortunate.
you told in the presser of Valen, like I'm ready to go, and you looked at him and he just looks terrible,
Dog,
and you're like,
he
yo.
looked so cooked. I like I looked at him, I was like in my head, I was like, fuck. I was like, fuck, bro. Like, dude. So,
Just
so we come out with the video where we're happy as hell about like we get XLG. So we put our pressure on ourselves of that, and then we got sick on top of it. It's like, oh my God, bro, this can't be real. But hey, you know what? Like everything happens for a reason, and honestly, it's in the past now. We're looking forward. So we got our new team identity. We're gonna come into stage 2 hot and make a fucking run at champs, man. That's it. It's the end of the year, bro. This is it. Final stretch.
yeah, I
Let's
mean,
go.
last chance. I mean, it always makes it more exciting, more stressful. And
Yeah, bro.
just real quick, I kind of want to ask about that. Just what you just talked about with the XLG thing. Just what was the team reaction? Was there any reaction to the reaction from the community the team had? Did it feel any? What was the kind of the vibe after the video was released and then you guys lost and then you're like, well,
Listen, if you're like, listen, it's part of the game.
mhm,
It's okay to do stuff like this. You got to be willing to take it, you know?
mhm,
If you're willing to dish it out like we were, like we also took it on the chin. Like there's nothing we can do about it. It's a reality of what you do, but any team that got that matchup would have been salivating, you know what I mean? Like that was the one. You know, we
mhm,
that was the one to get. But I mean, this is the thing. Just because they were the weaker team out of like in like retrospect,
mhm,
out of like all the teams that were there in that playoff, doesn't mean that they're like a bad team. They're still top team in their region, top, you know,
mhm.
what, top 8 in the world, right? It's top 8 is playoffs, I believe. So, yeah, we're happy that we got the weaker team, but in reality everyone's good. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So it's like
it's like no disrespect to them.
it can happen. It's not happened before.
It's like no disrespect to them. But if I'm walking up there, and I'm seeing 11 vitality. I'm like,
Oh, of course,
like
bro. Of
I'm
course,
good. I'm
dude. Of
good.
course. Like you want to pick the team that just got done playing. There's tons of footage on them. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean,
Anyone would have been cheesed with that draw. Now, I will say, are we gonna do a reaction video like that again? Probably never again. Because when you do that, you do put a pressure on yourself. Like, okay, fuck, now I gotta win this shit, and you're thinking about that while you're playing. You know, so, so I think just setting yourself up for success, maybe not doing that, being a little bit more humble is something that we learned. You know, which is all right. I mean, it's all right. We like I said, we took it on the chin.
like you said, if you can dish, you got to be able to take it. I mean, we've seen
Exactly, bro.
BBL,
And you know what?
LaRock. He's been talking crazy. It's so funny.
Yeah,
The clips of him.
yeah, bro, and he's good as hell. So yeah.
I mean, that's always the fun part when people do stuff like that. So, unfortunately, like you said, you guys won't be doing it again. But I'll be looking out
Hey,
for it.
it's all part of the game, bro. It's all part of the game.
Well, Babybay, thank you very much for your time, and
Thanks,
good
brother.
luck to you guys and well to you and to G2 and Stage 2.
Thank you so much, bro.
Have a great rest of your day.